at the 33. Once again, we'd like to welcome Rich Brooks back to Autzen Stadium and into the broadcast booth as well. First of all, congratulations. I know that was a great honor for you in the pregame ceremonies.
Well, it was, Todd, and Ken, I think, can appreciate this. You know, it's not to have your name up over there, but there's a lot of players that have been running up and down these stadium steps, sweating and bumps and bruises. Some great games, some tough games here that put my name up on that field, and their name should be right along with it.
Well, it's nice for some of your former players and coaches to start off with a 31-0 halftime lead. We'll get back to you in a second. Let's get this first play as Graziani remains the quarterback for the Ducks. Draw play to Ricky. And he pounds it out for about 3 yards to the 35-yard line. Your impressions? Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights, Coach. Maybe you can kind of talk about these. First of all, Eric Wynn, a guy that's been in your program a while.
Hello.
As we look at the statistics, first downs, total yards. The big thing, turnovers. I know you've been preaching that with the Rams. Your team's done a great job in that department.
Well, and I talked to Ricky and Tony yesterday about that, too, about the fumbles Ricky's been having and the 3 picks in the first half against Stanford. So
we'll get to the highlights of the first half in a minute, but let's go back to the action. Second down and a long 6. Jabri, Hodge, and McLemore are the wideouts right now. The tight end is Josh Wilcox. Tony to throw. Tight end Wilcox. He's been an integral part of the game plan today. He's at midfield. And for Wilcox, that is his 5th reception. Let's go back to the highlights, Coach. You can talk about some of these.
Well, Eric Wynn, a good tradition here. His father and uncle obviously played here. He's a walk-on who has earned his way onto the field. He played some key minutes for us last year. Wide open draw play to Eric Wynn.
And how about Kristen McLemore? He's made so many great plays over the years.
But what set this up, too, was a great fake by Tony Graziani and lofts it up. And McLemore had to wait on that just a little bit and probably hurt his back a little bit.
So we go back to the action. They give it on the sweep. Eric Wynn showing some niftiness around the right side to the 41-yard line of Pacific. Gain of 7. And then Kenny Wheaton's interception. I mean, you said from day one, Kenny Wheaton has an amazing ability to make plays. That interception was highlight film material. Unbelievable.
That was a great return. You remember, Todd, I played him at tailback. He scored our first touchdown last year against Portland State because he has unbelievable football ability and running ability.
So the Ducks with the first possession here of the second half as they lead 31-0. I would think in a situation like this, get your first unit another opportunity to get back on the field, start the half, and maybe see some second and third teamers after that. Here's Whittle looking for the corner. He spins away from one guy. Ricky usually looks for contact, and here he spins away.
Yeah, in fact, if he'd have made an outside cut on a couple of plays earlier in the first half, he might have had a longer runs and touchdowns. But the offensive line, I think, is doing a great job of controlling Pacific's front today, Todd, and that's what's making Tony have all that time to throw and Ricky's running room and everything. I think the offensive line is doing a great job.
Rich, I get the feeling you're back here more than just as a casual observer.
Well, there's some guys on here that I wouldn't mind having in the next year or two, I'll tell you that.
So it's a little bit of a scouting trip, perhaps.
Well, yeah, there's some talent out here on this field, obviously, and I'm just so happy that the players are responding and having the 3 come from behind wins. I know the Stanford game was a tough one to lose, but they'll bounce back as they have today.
Graziani spins away initially, but that's a rare sack on Tony Graziani. Only the 7th time an Oregon quarterback has been dropped this year. We've got to talk about your Rams, the talk of the NFL these days, Coach. Off to a 4-1 start. The reason you're here this week is because your team has a bit of a bye, although you play this Thursday.
Yeah, we do. We have a Thursday game against Atlanta, against June Jones and Mouse Davis and J.J. Burden, some other Oregon people. I really think that this will be the key phase of our season if we can get the next 2 games against Atlanta and the 49ers at home.
Loss of 3 on the play. Second down and 13. First possession of the third quarter. Draw play to Whittle. Bounces to the outside. Some room to run. Fakes out one man and has about 14 yards to the Pacific 21-yard line. Well, there's that bounce into the outside. The tackle by Matt Kilgrass from Hillsborough, injured in the first half, but back out there for the Tigers.
Ricky shows real good vision on this one, Todd. You can see the draw play intended to go inside. David Weber does a good job pinning the outside, and then Whittle sets one tackler up, dips outside, straight arm, and busts through for a key first down.
Rich, when you come back here, probably a lot of things seem the same, but is there anything that strikes you about this football team that's different at all this year?
I think the speed of this team is better than what we had a year ago even. And also the uniforms are quite different.
There's another 7 for Ricky Whittle, unofficially now 96, 95 yards for Ricky Whittle.
Little counter trap inside, nice fake by Whittle to the outside, then coming back inside, and good job by Paul Wiggins downfield getting a key block on the linebacker.
A young man that's played very well this year, Paul Wiggins, from that tackle position. 2nd and a long 3.